services. ICANN is a beneficiary of your support in our service role. And one thing I just want to mention very briefly, in simplified terms, because many of you are experts and know much more about ICANN than I do, and much more about internet governance. But there's always some of us that are new and trying to understand exactly what does ICANN do and not do. And so I just wanted to do a quick reminder, what are the 4 things that ICANN does? And it's really simple. We do names, we do numbers, we're the coordinator. We have a coordinating function for the global domain name system that converts names and browsers and other devices into network numbers, addresses, so the domain name system. And we store the protocol and parameter registries that are created by the IETF. And on that note, the chairman of the Internet Architecture Board of the IETF, Olaf Hochland, is here this evening, among others. So those are the 4 things we do: names, numbers, help coordinate the domain name system. We don't control the domain name system. But we do enter the changes into the root each day, and we have a sort of a policy role around those. In the same way in names and numbers, we have a policy formation role. But we also have the operational components of what we do in supporting those databases, changes to the internet root each day, and working with the rich multi-stakeholder group that most of you are involved in some fashion, whether it's through the CCNSO, the Country Code Name Supporting Organization, or the GNSO, or the Address Supporting Organization, the ASO. There's many different constituencies and bodies. And the reality is, the internet is this amazing thing, and obviously ICANN didn't create it. None of us created it alone. If anyone gets credit for creating it, probably the IETF engineers and people that started working together 40 years ago, back in '69, in developing what was initially the DARPANET, which became the ARPANET, which became the internet over time. But I'm really thrilled to be here. So my background is mostly private sector. I've lived 4 years of my life in Europe, by the way. I was an exchange student in Germany for a year, doing language school in Hamburg, and then living south of Dortmund for about a year with a really wonderful family I'm still in touch with. I went to graduate school at the University of St. Gallen in Switzerland, which was a good experience. And then I worked in London for a couple of years with Morgan Stanley International as a derivatives trader and a financial engineer. Before I left and went back to California and went to graduate school, started my first technology company, which we took public and sold, and that kind of got me hooked on doing business. And my background in policy making has nothing to do with the internet whatsoever, but for 15 years I've been involved in environmental policy work, and I sit on the board of a group called Environmental Defense Fund, which is a US-based bipartisan group. It's about a $100 million a year policy shop, and you would know it through some of its work. It's the group that drafted, for example, the Kyoto Protocol. So it's very big on market mechanisms in creating systems that use market incentives and structures, whether it's oceans, global warming. One player among many now in global warming, and I've been on that board for about 15 years, and so I had some context in policy making, and I also did a lot of peace work and track 2 diplomacy work in the Middle East, all over the Middle East, 20 different countries, in India, Pakistan, following a 9/11. So when I came to this job, I had a lot of technology experience and a lot of nonprofit experience and some policy experience, but none in the internet. So it's a new specific policy space for me, and I'm just honored to have the opportunity to work with the fabulous staff we have at ICANN. Please raise your hands. I mean, we've got the team here has done an incredible job. We're so fortunate to have them in working in policies, working with stakeholder relationships around the world. And so I feel very lucky to be here with all of you. But thank you. So thank you for coming. Happy holidays, and I'd like to make a toast, a simple toast to one world, one internet, and everyone connected. Thank you.